I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all-the-time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we are taking a closer look at Green Arrow issue number 20. What happens when the past and the present collide for Roy Harper? Will him and Ollie be able to salvage their relationship? Well, let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? So, as we join the comic, Green Arrow and Arsenal are gearing up to make their final push against the Wild Dogs militia. It's a very serious situation with the fate of the reservation that adopted Roy Harper as a boy hanging in the balance. But what do our two heroes do? Well, they spend a lot of time making fun of each other's costume choices. Ah yes, now this is the self-aware superhero banter that I absolutely live for. Roy makes fun of Ollie's choice in wearing goggles and poor facial hair, while Ollie fires back saying, "What's up with the backwards trucker cap? No one looks good in a trucker cap." Now, one of the big focal points of this arc is actually going back in time and kind of recontextualizing Roy Harper's early years as a sidekick to Ollie. This time around, we actually get to see G.A. bust up a drug flop house where his sidekick is strung out. Ollie wants to try and take him back and help him, but it's clear Roy doesn't want his help right now because, well, he's lost a lot of respect for him, honestly. Roy just wants to disappear right now. He wants to be invisible, and it's pretty obvious that you can't help someone in a situation like this until they're ready to help themselves. Unfortunately, though, as we discover in his weakened state, Roy made perfect prey for Count Vertigo. After all, a poor unfortunate junkie like Roy is just trying to mess with his perception, and hey, you know what? Vertigo is a pretty easy way to mess with one's perception. The Count's master plan all those years ago was to use Roy's expert engineering skills to try and transmit his Vertigo signal all over Seattle. But more on that in a minute. Back in the present, Green Arrow and Arsenal are able to take care of the Wild Dogs militia, but Roy runs on ahead to take out the militia's leader, the Boss Hogg-style sheriff that's been running the show. And one of the cool things Benjamin Percy does this issue is go out of his way to add a little bit more depth and complexity to the sheriff. You see, here's the thing. Boss Hogg guy over here was actually trying to extort Broderick, the current head of Queen Industries, for more money in getting the Native Americans off their land so the pipeline could continue to be built. So, you know, it's made pretty clear he has no love for Broderick or his big suit ways. What's interesting, though, is that when Roy finally hunts him down, he has a bit of a breakdown saying, you know, you're just like the rest. You're another one of those ivory tower heroes. You don't know what it's like out here, man. We needed the construction and upkeep jobs that the pipeline would have given us. Don't you understand, boy? Anywhere that's not a big city in America anymore might as well be a reservation unto itself. Well, geez, that was a right pretty speech, wasn't it? Nice and rehearsed sounding. For a second, I almost sympathized with the poor dude. That is until Roy manages to have a flashback to the night his adopted father died. I won't go into specifics, but needless to say, this sheriff here was involved in that crime. Oh, so I guess it had nothing to do with economic pressures? I guess you were just always an evil D-bag and you're just using "they took our gerbs" as an excuse. And with that, Roy finds himself at one hell of a crossroads, both in the past and in the present. Does he take the life of a man who wronged him so deeply, or does he manage to rise above it? Can he find forgiveness in his heart in the here and now? He certainly didn't find it all the way back then. Together, Green Arrow and Speedy were able to defeat Count Vertigo, but their relationship was never the same. Speedy left Green Arrow then, claiming that he needed to build an arsenal of his own, but here in the present, though, with the help of Green Arrow, Roy is able to overcome and spare the life of the corrupt sheriff. And it's right around here as the comic begins to wind down, we can see the stories of Roy Harper and Oliver Queen have come full circle now. Before, it was Ollie outstretching his hand to a young boy who had lost everything and needed help and guidance, and now in the future, Roy sees that his friend, former mentor, former big brother is the one truly in need. The final lines of the comic is Roy asking Ollie, "How can I help you?" So there you have it, Green Arrow number 20, and I gotta say, it was one hell of a finale. In fact, it might be my favorite Green Arrow story Benjamin Percy has written so far. I've ranted numerous times about how angry I was about the mistreatment of Roy Harper as a character, how they pretty much dragged him through the mud since even before the New 52. Here, though, he truly is, no pun intended, rehabbed as a hero. He's back in the Arrow family fold, and what I like about it is that he chose to do so. He and Ollie are partners now. They're on even footing, and it feels really nice. And if Green Arrow is going to defeat Broderick, take back his company, and save Seattle from the evil forces that are coming, he's going to need his family back together and at full strength. Hey, speaking of family, what happened to Mia? Or Connor, for that matter? Okay, I know, I'm getting a little bit greedy now. I've already seen two miracles work with Black Canary and Roy, but you know what? Hey, there's still places this story can go, and that's what I like about it. In summation, though, this story in this arc is pretty much everything I've wanted from Green Arrow for a very long time. I had a huge smile on my face when I started reading it, and it didn't stop until it was over. I give this one a 10 out of 10. This is a new must-read arc. I hope you liked this video, and for more comic book videos, please check out some of these I have on offer right now. And if you want to stay up to date on the newest Green Arrow themed videos, well, there's no better way to do so than to head down to the description of this video that you're watching right now and subscribe to one of my many social media feeds. Also, if you like this comic as much as I did and want to catch up in trade, then you'll also find a link down there to bookdepository.uk, my favorite place for buying trades at a reasonable price. In fact, if you use my link down there, not only will you get yourself a nice little something, but a small percentage of the sale will go to support me and the channel. Everybody wins, I tell you. So until next time, everyone, I've been Cape Joel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.